without further ado, we are officially live, and it's, of course, the Relaunch Your Business Like a Pro Masterclass. And our topic is, it's a numbers game, okay? We're talking numbers. You know, there is a lot of missing information in the area of business that we didn't really get when we went to school. We don't talk about it in our houses. We don't talk about it in church. And most people actually go to school to get good grades and come out, and majority end up as entrepreneurs. That's a fact. And so don't take this training for granted. It's coming to you for free. It will not always be for free, but make sure that you attach some level of value to this, because if you have any pain points in whatever business you're doing today, I'm hoping that you can be able to get answers at the end of this meeting. All right. Now let's do a quick little exercise. I'm going to ask us a few questions. Just quickly drop your answers in the chat box for me. It will help me to be sure that I'm speaking to the right people, and also it will help me to meet your expectations for this meeting today. All right. Now, if there are guys here, how many ladies said yes after the first time you tried to woo her? How many said yes? Was it all of them that said yes, or no way? If all of them said yes, type all. If it did not happen that way, say no way. All right. How many ladies gave headache to their guy? So as a young lady, the guy just came, said some nice things to you, and you were in. All right. Say, I'm all in. I'm all in. Like you didn't give anybody headache. That means I'm all in. But if you gave guys headache, if the guy had to come again at you, say, hot girl, all right? I want to be seeing your responses. Now we're going to have a good laugh at this point, okay? Now, how many guys were dealt with by their ladies? You are here and, you know, you didn't have it easy with women, but by the grace of God today, you have overcome that stage of your life, hopefully. Maybe you are still in that phase of trying to get that right one, who you see her tick all the boxes, and you just want her to say yes to you, and you are still on that journey. How many of us here say, if you are a guy and you were dealt with, you say, oh my, I hear him. Just type I hear him. Just type I hear him. If you have overcome that experience, say I give glory to God. I want to see our responses. Okay. Now, another question here is, how many years does a doctor have to study in order not to be described as a quack? How many years does a doctor have to study at least in order for him not to be, or her not to be described as a quack? How many years do you have to give to that career path? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3 years? Is it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? How many number of years does the person have to study for, be in school to become a professional? Literally, that's what I mean. Okay. Now it's getting more serious. How many 3,000 naira sales? We're entering business now. We've gone from fun to school, and then we're now in the business world. How many 3,000 naira sales with 500 naira as profit does a business have to make in order to accumulate 500,000 naira income? I want to see your responses. Now, if you know your mathematics, this is for you. I mean, we can't talk about numbers game without talking about, doing some mathematical calculations, right? So how many 3,000 naira sales with 500 naira as profit does a business have to make to accumulate 500,000 naira income? All right. Another question here is, how many clients do you have to pitch to in order to close a deal? You have a great idea, you're hoping to get some investors to invest in your idea, and you have some people you're thinking, if I meet this man, if I meet that guy, if I meet that my uncle, if I meet that my lecturer, that my professor, oh, I worked with one man sometime back, if I meet him. How many of such people do you have to speak to or walk up to with your idea, break it down to them, for them to be able to jump on your idea and say, oh, amazing? Is it one client you have to speak to? Do you have to speak to 2? Do you have to speak to 3? Off the top of your head, if you were to close a deal, realistically, how many people do you need to attempt to pitch your idea to see that you can at least close the deal? I want to see answers. I want to see answers. I want to see, okay, somebody says, oh, more 10, no. All right. About the 3,000 naira sales. You make sales of, the item is worth 3,000 naira, right? The profit on the item is 500, meaning you bought at 2,500, you're selling at 3,000. Your profit is 500 naira. Now, for you to make 500,000 naira in 1 week, how many sales do you have to make? in 1 week, how many sales do you have to make of that particular item? Now, why am I bringing that up? You need to realize that the fact that you have products worth 3,000 naira and you sold XYZ amount, whatever comes to you in total is not your money. It's not your money. Your money is your profit times whatever amount of that particular item you sold. That is your profit. Now, if you want to make that kind of money in 1 week, you have to multiply. I need to sell XYZ number of this times 500 naira my profit to be able to make so amount of money within this time frame, right? Because this is what the numbers in business really amounts to. Okay, just something happened recently. A young lady, our top celebrity chef in Nigeria, as we speak to you today, Hilda Bassi. How many hours of cooking did Hilda Bassi have to do to prove to the world that she is an icon? How many hours of cooking did Hilda Bassi have to do to prove to the whole world that she is an icon? How many hours of, let me know the people that are current. Let me know the people that are current. Okay, somebody said 100 hours. Okay, I saw the first response came from 100 hours. Fantastic. Fantastic. Now, what have we been able to figure out here? You've been dropping responses based on a number of experiences, a number of activity, number of hours in terms of time frame, right? So at the end of the day, for anything significant to happen, the numbers must count. The numbers must count, whether it's in business, whether it's in academics, whether it's in lifestyle. You want to lose weight, how many kg do you need to lose today to get to your ideal body size? And if you want that weight loss to happen in 6 months, divide. If you need to lose 10 kg now to look your ideal, because I'm 80 kg right now and I don't look it, but it's a problem for me and I want to lose nothing less than 10 kg. I know that if I give myself 6 months, I need to lose 10 kg in 6 months, which means every month I need to lose nothing less than what? 2 kg to get to that. So in the end, it's the numbers that count. So the truth is that you cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. And it's all by having something to give you a yardstick to be able to predict that if I take this route, do this thing in this particular number within this time frame, I will still arrive at my goal without necessarily having to end the experience. Okay, so the language of business, when it comes to business, when you talk about business or in the business world, right, it's all about numbers, not letters when we come to business, because sometimes you can be forgiving in other spheres or in other areas, but when it comes to business, the numbers will always haunt you. You cannot be forgiving. If you decide to go into the business world, learn about the numbers of the particular territory you plan to dominate. If you are thinking of going into real estate, ask them, so how many pitches do I have to do to close a deal of about 1.5 million? How many pitches do I have to do to close a deal of about 10 million naira? If you're trying to go into makeup, all right, you're asking, how many brides do I have to do their faces for me to come up as a professional in the industry? So playing the numbers game is what would give you that relevance and put the money in your pocket. So now let's enter the business aspect of numbers game. What are some of the benefits? Number one is the expectation. You have to manage your expectation so that you know what you are going into. You can't come and go to the gym and say you want to lose 10 kg in 1 month. You're going to ask, okay, so how many kg is it ideal for somebody to lose after this set of activities? It's the numbers game. Same thing in business. All right, how many calls do I have to make in a month to be able to close a sale, or to be able to close this particular number of sales? Once you've been told, all you have to do is just work the numbers, and definitely the results will follow. It helps you to also handle rejection. Most entrepreneurs give up too soon because of little experiences that didn't go in the manner that they expected. But if only they knew that it's normal, you have to go through enough no's to get enough yes, they'll be able to manage the situation effectively, right? Another reason why you should play the numbers game is that it helps you with new blood. Like business is, I tell people that a business is a living, breathing thing. It has its own life. Just like you are alive, your business was given birth to on a particular day and it's going to die someday when the things that make people die happens to your business. Okay, so part of the reason, the things that make people die is when your body does not produce new red blood cells every day. That's from my medical experience, right? If your body stops producing new red blood cells, you're in trouble. Now, same thing with your business. If you're not introducing a new blood to the business on a consistent basis, it's only a matter of time. You think you're still in business, but it's about to die. Another important reason why you should play the numbers game in business is what? To develop skill. That's given. It also allows you to be able to compete effectively. Yes, because once you get very good over a period of time, you can even compete with people who have been in the industry before you, because you already know the numbers that will give you a particular result to be able to get whatever feedback or whatever level of relevance you need to get to. It helps you to also to scale your value impact. I'm talking about money here. Helps you to also achieve compound effect, right? Because they say it's not what you do once in a while that gives the results, what you do over a period of time, but that's because of the accumulation of that activity to give us compound effect, right? And also it helps you to identify causes. So if you have effects, it means that you should have causes. If you're able to play your numbers game, right, you can tell where, oh, this is what cost this. This is what cost this. So if you are a businesswoman and you call your sales girl in the shop, you say, Amaka, how many hairs did we sell last week? She said 0. Okay, you make that phone call for a period of 6 weeks and you get the numbers given to you. At the end of the month, you cannot say, oh, why did we not make this? Oh, this week was so poor. This month. No. You can't say that because you know what cost it. You know what cost it. All right. So why are we talking about numbers? Why should we be talking about numbers in business? You've seen the reason why. All right. Now let me talk about some key areas among the points that I mentioned previously. And if I'm giving you value already, just go and type value in the chat box. I'm telling you because at the end of this meeting today, some of you are going to go and do an X-ray. You're going to go and sit down with your pen and your paper and begin to write numbers. You know, you're going to write the numbers that will take your business to the next level. Okay, so why do you talk about numbers? Number one, like I said previously, one of the points I mentioned, it helps you to handle rejection, right? Now, I'm going to be looking at certain laws. Now, let me tell you something about law. Laws are like principles that govern the world. Like these are things that people have been able to apply. Sometimes you don't even understand why or how it works that way. And I tell people most times, or my mentor used to say, anything that you have to understand how it works is not a principle. Most principles, you don't have to understand them, just follow it and you will see the results. Just like when they said law of gravity, whatever what goes up must come down, right? So how it's coming down, you don't know. What's the mechanism? You don't have the strength to go and start. Leave that one for researchers and scientists. Your own is that if you throw a key up, it will fall down. If you throw a bird up, it will fall down. If you throw yourself up, you will fall down. All right. So same thing applies here, law of balance. And the law of balance kind of explains that if you increase the number of approaches and decrease, it will decrease the impact of rejection. What am I saying in essence? If you show your business to 10 people in a week and you get 1 person to plug into your business, right? What about you show 100 people the same business in a week? Given that particular ratio, how many of them will plug into your business? About 10 will plug into your business, right? Now, look at this scenario. Most businesses die in less than 2 years because most entrepreneurs succumb too soon to the impact of rejection. Like once they just get no, they just start feeling bad, not realizing that I have to do 10 to get 1. So if you have that understanding, you're not thrown aback by the first or second or third no that you have gotten. All right. Now, the sheer magnitude of the numbers of prospects, people, clients you show your business to keeps you from overreacting to rejection. People will say no. Even if you're selling long life and prosperity, some people will not buy from you. Okay? That's normal. It's fine. Just play the numbers. Now, small numbers will make rejection look bigger than life. So whenever you show few people your business, the people that said no will be so loud, like the echo of the no will be so loud in your ear that even in your sleep, you are seeing them. In fact, it's like they said no, waka shege banza. But when you do large numbers, right, you get so excited by the number of positive feedback that you have received because this is what you want. Like, this is what you want. So you're not even, the no's doesn't even bother you much, anymore. And that's why, because of this law of balance, wherever there's rejection, there is acceptance. All right. So go for more no's. The more number of no's you are going for, the yeses will come in between, less in between it, and in between the no's, you get that yes, you get your level of excitement, you keep moving. Just also knowing that wherever there'll be no, there'll be. But I'm going to talk more about this as I move forward. One thing you should know is a powerful quote by Bruce Lee. He says that I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, a particular kind of kick, like 10,000 of it, maybe this way, then that way, then with the back of the leg. He has 10,000 different kicks done once. But I fear the man who has practiced one kick. Maybe the only kick he knows is that back one. And he has done that back kick 10,000 times, that every time he does it, he's almost sure to get it right. Have you seen basketballers that's the ones that are still learning? They're still teaching you how to throw a ball in the rim. You are going to try, you're going to make mistakes, but over time, when the person has become very skilled, from that particular, he knows what he needs to do with his hand. He knows how he needs to position his hand. He knows what he's looking at. And once he does it, it's likely to enter. That's because of what? The person has developed skill. That's the second reason why we're talking about numbers, to develop skill. Now, the law of averages is what plays here. If you do something often enough at a particular frequency, most people miss this part of a particular frequency. If you do something often enough at a particular frequency, a ratio will appear. And that ratio is what produces the results. Now, you learn more through failure than winning. And that is the reason why you should do it often enough. Most people do it once, they don't get it right, they don't try to do it again. But you have to do it often enough at a particular frequency. And I say to people sometimes, if you can make 10 calls a day, just stick to making 10 calls. If you can do 5 calls, 6, just so that you can maintain that frequency, so that you can see your ratio, so that you can know what you are working with in terms of skill. All right. So you learn more through failure than through winning. And that's because your failure experiences help you to go from, maybe having one response from 10 approaches to having 3 positive responses from 10 approaches. Because as you do it and do it and do it, you get good at it. And they say repetition breeds mastery. If you do something, keep doing, you will know how to do it even in your sleep. Now, what you lack in skill, eventually you can make up for it in numbers. So for beginners, for newbies in business, this is why it is important that you not just start your business anyhow, but ask questions about that industry. Like, what am I supposed to be doing to give me the right results? So that you don't come in and be a novice for too long. You want to scale up and rank up and grow to the highest heights and announce your presence. Well, you can't announce your presence as a novice. But if you give yourself a particular time frame, and that's why the word there, frequency. Frequency is a factor of time, right? If you give yourself a particular time frame, say in the next 6 months, they no go to hear what do. Now my name, they go to hear everywhere. And it's going to happen because you've done it often enough. And now you know what you need to do, just enough to get results. And that is why once a ratio appears, you can compete with the best of the best. Something happened sometime in my business, sometime in 2019 or so. I had like a team expansion going on, and there was this young lady who just plugged into our business opportunity. She was very, very committed to her training. She was just picking up herself. And before I knew what was happening, she had a mastermind unit of 3 people or so. Before we knew what was happening, they were actually maxing out the office space in terms of the appointments that they were booking at the time. And some people who had already been with us for a while, some of them who were not consistent with the activities, they show up today, show up tomorrow, come once in a while. They started to see her often, and then somehow in their head, I remember one day somebody said something. We're having an inner caucus meeting, and one of them said that, sorry, how long have you been in this business? And she said, oh, I October. She was like, what? And you are in this meeting? How? And what happened was that all the while when they were busy dilly-dallying, being infrequent with their activity, this person kept on hammering, this kept on hitting the nail on the head. And before you knew what was happening, she was dining with leaders. She was in the inner caucus, and it was like, you should not be here, but she has skilled up. She has skilled up. So once a ratio appears, you can also predict success because your results will show. The results for doing more activities will show, such that you now get better over time. And of course, it can allow you have a level of personal feedback, because think about it. Let's say you're a businesswoman and you run a restaurant, for example. If you don't keep record of people that come into your restaurant every day, 6 months will pass and you may not really be able to tell how well your business is doing. and you can't get the kind of feedback that you need to get in terms of, are we doing better? Are we growing? Do we need to expand this space very soon? Because if you know the kind of progression that has happened in a space of 1 to 6 months, you can begin to plan that in the next 6 months, this place will not be enough for us. So you start making plans, but some people don't do that. And then 6 months come in, they are overwhelmed by the level of growth that has happened, but they were not ready for it. And that will lead you back down to zero. Because people will start to make complaint. Oh, I come in here, I spend like 2 hours before I get my food, I this, I that, all because people did not take the time to work their numbers and track their numbers, okay? So success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. I had to say this here because you need to understand that there's a frequency, not just doing for doing sake, but let there be that frequency that you can be able to predict activity. And it makes it easy because when people join your business, your organization, they know exactly what to do, they know exactly what works, and they know exactly what can give them the same result that you have in a short time frame. Okay. The third reason, again, that is very important is that knowing your numbers, doing your numbers, talking your numbers will help you to scale your value. Scale your value. I'm talking about money now, because, or whatever reason why you are doing that business. It's the law of sowing and reaping here. And even the Bible supports the law of sowing and reaping. And in the Bible, it says something else. He who sows bountifully will reap bountifully, right? And if you sow sparingly, you reap sparingly. Bountifully and sparingly are words that are related to numbers. So which means you cannot sow sparingly and reap bountifully. It's not going to happen. And you cannot sow bountifully and reap sparingly. It's not going to happen. So your rewards are in proportion to your efforts. Okay? Now, having said that, one of the 4 things in the marketplace, when you talk about business, money, one of the 4 things that determine your value in the marketplace, one of the 4 things that will make you stand the test of time is, demand, supply, right? The quality of your service or product. But another thing is quantity. Are you doing enough sales every day? Do people come to your place and what they're looking for you have, or you're always running out of, items? You are always low on your numbers, or you don't make enough calls, you don't make enough appointments, you don't, do enough advertisements, whatever. One of the factors that presents the biggest challenge for most people in business is that quantity, because people just feel like, okay, I have the business now, it's my business, I can have it for the next 10 years. But you don't realize that for as long enough as you don't do enough activities, even though you are opening your shop every day, you are closer to the end. In fact, you are closer to zero than whatever you are expecting that business to give you. So it's not enough to just be present. Are you meeting up with your numbers? How many people do you actually serve or affect? Now, look at this. If you're in the service industry, of course, if you're in the product industry, again, think about it. Would you rather have one retail store that is making you money, or would you rather take this experience, take this encounter, and do it over and over and over again? So instead of serving 1 client, can I serve 10 more clients this month? Instead of serving 10 clients, can I increase my numbers to 100 more clients this month? Because you're doing it for the money, right? It's not charity, right? Even charity, people are also even in charity, you want to touch more lives. If you can change 1 person's life, you can change the life of 10 people. Okay? If you can have 10 sales reps or 10 frontliners, 10 teammates, you can also have 1,000 teammates, and I mean active ones at that. So if you're able to scale these numbers, it just translates into money automatically. Like there's no gimmick. You don't have to do it and then look for one boju and do on top for it to work. No, it's standard. It's standard. It is what it is. It cannot be changed. So something will master, something will serve. Is either you run the day or your day runs you. So everybody has 24 hours. What you put into that 24 hours really, really matters. And for a businessman, you want to be the one in charge, and your numbers help you stay in charge. So once you're playing the numbers, you don't even have to think so much. Like you're just focused on the numbers. But if you're not playing the numbers, what's going to happen is that the business is running you. The business will stress you. You'll be thinking, overthinking, because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Why do people not run their numbers then? Knowing if this is granted, because these things are said now, it's not like new knowledge, it's just that, oh, wow, true. So why do people not do it? Number 1 is fear. Fear of a lot of things. People are scared that, we talk about fear of rejection, but that's even okay. Okay, fear of rejection. But do you realize that some people are actually scared to put in enough work? Scared to put in enough work, that's because, as in, for you to put in enough work, for you to do enough numbers, it means that you have to do it fast. Speed is the name of the game. Move fast, move fast. Don't do one today, sleep tomorrow, do one tomorrow, sleep 10 next tomorrow, sleep for 2 weeks, come back. No. Move fast, right? Speed is the name of the game. But, people are scared of speed. But thank God it's not car. You're not going to go and crash anywhere, right? So even as a learner, you can apply speed. However, we also find that people are scared of failure, and that's why they don't apply speed. Like, okay, I'm not really sure, so let me take my time. Is that okay? They will tell us things like slow and steady wins the race, but it's not in business, okay? Another thing that people are scared of is also that they are scared, what if I do too much and I have too much success that I can handle? It happened one time just recently. One of my teammates I was working with, he was supposed to do a brand launch. I said, reach out to at least 50 people. And I was like, 50 is too much. I don't want to do too much so that I will not have too many people to follow up on. I'm like, that's what you want. That's what you want, okay? You're launching your new business for the first time. You're calling your friends and family and see your new business. Like, why will you now not want to do too much? You only have one time to do something right. So why not give it your all and do it once and for all, right? Another reason why people are not doing the numbers is what? Inferiority complex. Just because they think, who am I to be doing all these things? I just they start. You feel unworthy. You feel like you're not good enough. You feel like you're not important enough to make a real difference in people's life. And that's a mindset thing. And sometimes you might need to do more in terms of like pumping yourself up. And then, of course, lack of clarity of vision. You started the business, but you still don't even know why you started. Because if you know why you started, you will not be wasting time to do certain things. Now, also remember that it might look fancy today to be an entrepreneur, but we don't have the luxury of resources to be throwing around. Being an entrepreneur costs you money. To even start up anything, you have to spend money to do it. Now, also remember that the definition is a person who solves problem for people at a profit. That's how your father paid your school fees. That's how your mother paid your school fees. They had to make profit. So don't come into the thing and be saying everything is not about money or I must not. No, you have to make money. And the earlier you start making the money, the better, before people will think that you are money misroad. Okay? And they will not take you seriously in the marketplace. All right. So would you rather suffer for more people or for fewer people? Once your vision is clear, you go all out. Your intention is clear. You're not trying to rip anybody off. So as a businessman, put in enough numbers. Even the Bible said what? One shall chase what? 1,000. Two shall chase how many? Do you see the stark difference with what one can do and what two can be able to do? So you're trying to do little. It's good though. There's results to come from it too. But just imagine if you can double up that effort, you will get more than the ripple effect of doing just one. Are we following? Are we getting value? Are you excited already? Do you feel like, at this point, say, if I think I've gotten so much value, I want to go and start implementing. If you don't like how things are, you can change it to, that's why I'm saying, because the goal is after this meeting, you want to go and start implementing things because you are not a tree. Anywhere that is pinching you in your income, I'm sure you're seeing the reasons now. All right. So what are the tools you're going to use now to begin to make the changes you need to see? What do I do? How do I start? Okay, what's the first step? If you don't have a diary, it's not too late to get a diary in this 2023. Because this is 6 months, so we have 6 months to go. And don't think you have all the time. We're in June already. We're in June. So start playing the numbers game. Start tomorrow. Get your diary. Your diary is your boss. As an entrepreneur, you're working for yourself, right? You are your boss. So, but you can't boss yourself up if you don't have that diary. Your diary will help you to, keep records, take note of important dates, plan things ahead of time, plan for the next 6 months, put down numbers, take records of what's happening today, tomorrow, next week, all of those things. Because if you don't keep your records, there are some activities you're supposed to do on a particular day that you will not do, and that will shorten, or that would present less activities for you for that day because you forgot. These are little things you can just forget. Okay. Another thing is, most businesses have different ways of getting new clients, new customers, new partners, but for those of us in network marketing, new downlines. Know what is your method of acquiring people into your business. Is it from the contact list on your phone? Is that the people you rely on, your WhatsApp status, that's your social platform, maybe Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp? Also another important thing is what? Find a way to position your business on Google. When people go and say, I'm looking for where to fix my car, your business should be on the list, right? I'm looking for where to buy social supplements. Your business should be on the list. Or I'm looking for a leader in this industry, a business coach. They should be able to find you through all these platforms, all right? You should also have contact lists. But apart from your personal contact list, I think that something that most businesses don't do is that they don't have a logbook. You don't have a book where people can come and leave, and you have that record. Some people come in once and might never come back again, except something calls them back from that place. So you want to be able to follow up. Okay, so that's the reason why you need a logbook, to be able to follow up on people you meet, even if it's just once. But you need your logbook to track name, number, and the dates they came by. All right. You also need referral systems. So I'm talking about, like, for some businesses, like where I do my nails, they have like a coupon. So where the coupon comes in is, they say after your first 5 nails, you get a free one. Then after the next 5, you get the free one. So I remember my daughter was telling me that my nails, I just did my nails yesterday. And I remember when it was getting old, she said, Mommy, please do quick and go and do, because after this one, my next one is a free job. So I was like, Mommy, do quick and go so I can get free treatment. I just laughed. I think I remember, and I was like, I have to put this in this training. Okay. Also, there are incentives, things that you can use to incentivize your customers so that they can go and help you refer their friends to your business. As entrepreneurs, we really thrive on referrals. For most of us in network marketing, referrals do a big deal in our businesses, and that's how many people put food on their table. And it's something that has been around for a while. It's not just even in network marketing, it's everywhere. You refer people to different things. Some of them are not doing it for doing sake. They know why they are doing it. They want to keep their numbers going. Those are smart business people that apply referrals. There are also discounts, people that also bring discounts. They're not doing it because they have too much. No. They want to bring in what? Massive sales. And sometimes discount is not real low. They'll tell you, buy 2, get 1 free. But what they've done is that they've added the price of the third one inside the regular price. They will do something to, just once you see discount, there's a way it programs your brain to want to buy more. And that's them doing what? Playing the numbers game. All right. So you can also be like registration packages. You can say, oh, slash some, maybe registration package is this. If you can pay this, we'll pay the rest for you. These are different ways to get people coming into your business. You can also do with contact recommendations. We do a lot of contact recommendation in my business because we want people to recommend their friends to an amazing opportunity that they have seen. Whether you are getting any incentive or not, recommend somebody. You got value. Why do you want somebody else to not get the similar value, right? And then, of course, that will help you to also reach out to potential clients. Recommendation is not only about potential clients too, but also about people that you can collaborate with within your industry. So allow people to recommend your services. Put it out there that, my friend, feel free to recommend me. See what I do. And now that you know what I do, feel free to recommend me. And they can recommend it to people that can even open up other doors for you. Okay, we also have what we call conversation templates. These are things that help you to play your numbers game. So for example, complimentary cards. These are things that help you set up conversations in random places. You meet people, oh, what do you do? You don't exchange card. Oh, okay. Gist don't start, number don't exchange. That's one new person. And like I said, a new person is a lifeblood for your business. From birthdays, holidays, happy new month, happy anniversary, or whatever celebration that is going on. Involve yourself in the conversation. Business is conversation, so that you can convert to a sale, all right? And that will make sure that every point in time, something is happening in your business. Even freebies, throw free things, do free trainings. Like this meeting now is a free training. Right? Do free trainings, do anything just to get people to keep talking about your business. And then, of course, trainings, they can be paid for, right? Workshops, promotions, campaigns. Some of these ones can cost money, but sometimes you have to spend money to make money. Plan an event, host an event, do a big event, make noise, let them know that I still do. These are things that help you to play the numbers game. And you must play so that you can keep your funnels full. So we have several funnels in business. We have the prospecting funnel. That's the one that allows you to show people your business. When you are prospecting, you're kind of trying to create awareness, right? That's what you mean by prospecting. So you can use different things from ads to different marketing. I've mentioned a lot of things in previous slides. So some of them come in handy. Either you're creating awareness or you're trying to educate people about your brand. And that's where you're trying to now give them a chance to come close and see what you do. And then, of course, that can convert into a sale immediately, or maybe with a series of follow-up, it can convert into a sale. So remember that there are different things you can apply from the previous slide to either create awareness, enlighten them, educate them, or also close the deal and make them buy from you.
Here is a good place to pause for a minute. Can you get a pen and paper? Use the tools I've shared with you to see how to come up with 2,000 contacts you can show your business to from scratch.
So as you move through this, see, I'm using different shapes of funnel or triangle here to illustrate what I'm talking about. As you move through it, it's not everybody that started the journey with you at the beginning, the initial contact that ended up buying. So that's why you have to do a lot of it so that you can convert. So that you don't feel like, oh, I have 2,000 contacts on Facebook. Is it all of them that buy your things? No. I have 2,000 contacts in my phone. Is it all of them that will buy what you are selling or sign up into your business? No. You don't have to cry about that, all right? Simply play the numbers game enough till it converts into the final stage, which is like closing the deal or making a sale. But guess what? If you do a good job, these people that convert, from these 2,000 people that started with you from your initial contacts with them, to the point where 300 of them were able to become your customer, they made a purchase no matter the amount. Guess what? Out of these 300, you can get fresh new people because they will recommend somebody, they will refer somebody, they'll do something that will now come back and enter into the beginning phase of the funnel. That is the prospecting part of the funnel. And that's why, because of running these activities all the way till you make a sale, if you keep at it consistently, you will never, ever, ever run out of people to show your business to, or ever run out of making money. So what you need to do at the end of the day to achieve success, it's 95% mindset, 5% strategy. So all this thing I'm telling you is just 5% though. The remaining is your mind. Is it worth it? Do you want to really go all the way and do it? It's not enough to know, because you must actually apply, and it's not enough to be willing. You have to just do the work. The action is important, okay? And if you look down here, it is your thoughts, it is your mindset, your beliefs that lead to how you feel. Are you excited now? Are you feeling down? Are you feeling like this thing is too much? I beg? It will determine if you will take the action steps or not. So the action is not even the main thing. There are a lot of things behind, even your programming. Some of you were taught that money is evil. So even after all this, it's time to do it. Now you remember that people have to pay money for me to do this thing. Let me not disturb anybody. I'm okay with the one I'm making. And before you know what's happening, this economy is not smiling. No? It's not smiling. 30,000 naira tomorrow, it's not going to be the same 30,000 naira in December. So if you know how to make extra 30,000 naira daily or monthly or weekly, better apply it. Now, what's the mindset to play the numbers game? Don't worry about it. Don't think too much. See, after today, only thing you need to think about is numbers. Don't think about, will they pay? Will they sign up? Will they buy? Will they take me? No, don't worry. Just play the numbers game. Kill worry, kill doubt. Anything that make you doubt, because once doubt sets in, you can't be excited. You will start feeling dampened, like your mind will start going to different places. Kill doubt. Don't ever doubt for a moment that it's not going to happen. Okay? Now commit to developing your skill set. Remember that everything you are doing is not just the money again, but also what you're becoming a professional every day. One day they'll be calling you to do trainings like this as well, because of what? You have the result, you have the track record. Okay? Now work your numbers consistently. Whatever I've been telling you here today is not just talk. I have personal experiences. I made my fair share of mistakes. I remember when I made my first 1 million naira in a month. It was not hard for me to see that the activities grew in that month. All right. So work your numbers consistently, but it did not start. It took me like 18 months to get there. All right. Fight your fears from within, from inside. Your fears is not outside though. It's not the rain, it's not the sun. That's not your fears. It's not that the economy is bad. Oh, Tinubu regime, that is not it. Forget that one. Forget, because people are still making money. Some people, it is in this time now they're going to become billionaires, and they're not connected to Tinubu. Just know it, and it will give you peace of mind to do what I'm saying. Now, fight your excuses with help. You can't make money and have excuse at the same time. Choose one. If you want money, keep excuse where they belong. At the back, you are the boss now. If you need to get help, ask people questions. Okay, I'm doing this. What do you advise? I'm doing that. What do you advise? Okay, it's okay to ask for help. And lastly, fight inaction. See, do it. Don't procrastinate anything. Just do it. Do it now. Do it when you need to do it. Do it every day. Do it enough. Do it frequently. Now, what are your strategies? Like I said, it's just 5%. I'm going to summarize everything I've said in this last slide here. Intentionally grow your, like, just make up your mind that For the next 6 months, I want to see my numbers moving. I want to be able to see 3 months from now, I want to be able to see that, okay, before we used to sell 10 chickens in a month. Now we're selling like 30 in a month. That means you're making progress. Even if it's 12 that you're now selling consistently, it means you're making progress. That too is something. Okay? Remember that there's a book, The Outlier, talks about how you need 10,000 hours for you to become a master in any kind of thing, right? So keep going for the numbers. Now work with what we call the Pareto principle. Pareto principle is saying that for you to be able to get 20% of activities running consistently, that 20% of activities that are running consistently in your in spite of everything else that you need to do, 20% of the things you do properly, consistently, can give you 80% of the results that you want to see. So which means sometimes it does not take a lot of things to become successful. Just figure out what you need to pay attention to and play the numbers game. In fact, if you want to stay safe, maybe look for the 5 most important things that you must do for your business out of the 100 things you have. Just pick 5 important ones. Work the numbers on those 5. Forget about the rest. You can play around with it. But those, you see that main 5, don't joke with it. That's just doing that 5 can be responsible for the 95% of the income growth that you will see over time. All right. Now identify activities that you easily procrastinate, right? Because I know I talked about the mindset and I said, do it. But if you're honest with yourself, there are some things you don't do when you're supposed to do. Maybe you're supposed to make follow-up calls and you say, economy is hard. So your mind always comes up with a perfect excuse to not do that thing. So those things you easily procrastinate, just start with them. Okay. And why do you have to start with them? You don't need to do it for too much. Just do 30 minutes in a day. Just do it. Maybe normally you want to come and sit down and prepare and say, today I've come. I'm going to call all my customers today. All these people that say, I will get back to you. Let me start knowing what is the problem. No, don't worry. And then you carry your book. You want to start calling them. Before you know, your phone ring. Don't worry. See, just first thing in the morning, you finish everything you want to do. 30 minutes, just pick up any amount you can call. If it's one person you call in 30 minutes, it's fine. Tomorrow, another 30 minutes. By the time you know what's happening, you are playing the numbers game. And you can now begin to grow in that skill. And then identify key people in your organization. You don't have to work with everybody. Don't spread your eggs everywhere or just shooting bullets. No. Shoot on targets. Okay. So realize the people that you need to work with in your organization. If it's 5, pick 5. If it's 3, pick 3. In my business, in my team, we do what we call 5-5-5. Pick 5 people that you can work with for 5 weeks, right? And these 5 weeks, you will help them grow their business by 5 new people. Simple. And that has helped a lot of people to hit millions of naira. Just this simple thing, 5-5-5. All right. You can also set goals around your KPIs and always review. What is KPI? Key performance indicators. All right. So there are some key things in your business that if it's not done, you just wasted your time. It was as good as staying at home. So what are those key performance, those key things that must be done every day? Tell yourself, I will do 3 hours of XYZ within 30 days. 3 hours of personal development in 30 days, or 30 hours of personal development in 30 days, or 30 hours of presentation every 5 days. Figure it out. Or you can say, I'm going to do 30 calls in 2 hours. Just set goals, and you can screen munch this slide because it's going to help you to start to implement things. And then when we talk about KPI as well, remember that it's not just about key performance indicator, but who are these people that you're working with? Make sure that they are informed as in what they need to do. Keep them interested. You can't be working with a team and then you're not telling them what's the next step or what to do next and all of that. So keep people informed, keep them interested, keep them involved, and keep them inspired to keep on doing what they need to do. And just know that at the end of the day, success is attained not in just doing the right things, but persistently do the right things in, like I said it before, in sufficient quantities. That's by my mentor, Ambassador Kelechi Anodere. I learned so much from him, and I cannot even do this training without mentioning his name. Okay, so I hope you've gotten so much value you can work with. Some of the things you would have seen here are also references from books like Secret of the Millionaire Mind, Compound Effect, Outlier, Eat That Frog, Helps You with Procrastination. Obviously, my first year in network marketing because, hello, that is what made me. And of course, greatest salesman. If you have questions, whoever sent you the link to this meeting, send the person your question. All right. I can get like a PDF document answering all the questions I will receive, and it can be sent to you as a PDF document so that you can always go back to it and refer to whatever thing that you
Thank you so
whatever
much.
thing that you need from this meeting. All right.